I was born in 1961. I'm 65 years old and have been lifting weights for over 50 years. Right now, this is what I look like, this is what I lift like, and no, I'm not on TRT. So I did it again. I watched another bro pump video. I'm never going to learn. This one's about arms. And, it's a bro pump video, but honestly, it isn't all that bad. I mean, truthfully, how can you screw up arms? I'll let him explain what the video is about.
How many curls have you done chasing bigger arms this year, and they're still not where you want them? Give me 30 days and a pair of dumbbells, and I'll show you how to finally build it.
So there it is, a 30-day arm program. It's, as I said, it's not that bad. The exercises are fine. The only one I have any question with is 4 for triceps, 3 for biceps. The only one I have any question with about would be the floor press, because I do think that's more chest, but it's still going to work your triceps. You'll be fine doing it. The sets and reps he recommends, they're fine. The number of days working out, no problem. He does point out, and this is something that's very valid. The arms are a very small amount of your muscle mass. You do not have to worry about overtraining the way you would with, say, legs or something like that. Nevertheless, it is a bro pump video, and you see that in the fact that there's a lot of blather in here, a lot of filler, because the YouTube gives you a higher rate for longer videos, higher advertising rate. So he's filling up with a lot of nonsense. It's typical of all these bro pump videos. For instance, talking about how the triceps are 2/3 of your arms. Well, when you say arms, I include triceps. Everybody who's been doing this at all includes triceps and arms automatically. We don't need to be told. The other thing is, and he starts talking about that he's going to be, well, I'm going to let him say it.
And I'm going to be straight with you, because that's what I do here. 30 days won't add 2 inches to your arms. Nobody can promise that.
So that's what he says, but this is what he shows. This is the difference between the first and the 30th day. These guys aren't putting on 2 inches on their arms. They're putting on 40 pounds of muscle in 30 days. And we pay attention to what we see a lot more than what we hear. So I'm going to be honest with you. No, it's typical classic bro pump hype. This is the kind of thing this is why, even though this video is not that bad, I would still give it a dump, because you're just wasting a lot of people's time and you're lying to them. You're saying that this is what's going to happen. That's not what's going to happen. If you're trained, if you're experienced, I doubt you'll see any difference in just 30 days. And even if you're not experienced, I doubt you'll see any difference in 30 days. That is a very short period of time to actually get noticeable, significant, oh yeah, I can tell this is better. And that train of thought leads me to something that I've always kind of had questions about. This idea that it really matters what particular exercise you do or what particular program you do. As long as you're doing a good basic exercise that's targeting the area and doing enough volume to get the work you need, I don't think it matters after that. We're talking arms here. As long as you do something that is extension and flexion at the elbow, you're going to train your arms. And as long as you do enough within a fairly broad range, you will get good results. So, I decided to look into that, specifically regarding arms. And, I decided to go, well, who are people with really good arms and what do they do? My age, being 65 years old, I, of course, think of people who were prominent when I was a kid. And there are 4 that I picked out. Larry Scott, first Mr. Olympia. Sergio Olive, second Mr. Olympia. Arnold Schwarzenegger, third Mr. Olympia. And Mike Metzer, just because I happened to be thinking about Mike Metzer at the time. These guys you can see they have great arms. I would say in this era of bodybuilding, arms were probably overemphasized, or rather the rest of the body was maybe underemphasized. But these guys have great arms, as good as anything you're going to find. This picture of Sergio, that, you often don't get a sense of how big these guys really are. But that pose right there, that is a big freaking arm. So they're all, highly accomplished, great arms. And the question is, what do they train? What's their training? So here's their training. I haven't identified who's doing what, but here is their training. And you can see there's a significant range between the number of exercises. Some people, just a few. Some people, a list of stuff that they're doing. And yet, when you look at the results, when you look at the outcome, it's all basically the same. They've all got great arms. So that is kind of where I'm coming from with this, that if you find good exercises you like to do within that, properly targeting the area, and you do enough of them, do enough work, enough quantity of them, you're going to get results. And you don't have to do this particular exercise or that particular exercise or that program or this program or whatever. Good program, good exercise. And I think that's very important in the sense of a lot of times we like an exercise better than another one, and it feels better to us. If it's an exercise that feels better, you're more likely to do it. You're more comfortable doing it. That's the one you should do. You should not feel like you have to do this. If it doesn't feel right to you, don't do it. My experience, as I said, and this is my contention, that it really doesn't matter, which kind of is a question that I'm going to ask everyone out there, anyone out there. Have you had a different experience? Have you had an exercise that you added in after you got some, miles on the engine? Have you added in an exercise or changed your program in a way that produced really significant long-term noticeable results in terms of physique or strength? And I'm not, talking about like you got more serious. I'm talking about you stayed at basically the same level of overall investment and just changed how you were doing that. Have you seen anything change? And also, not the exercise you might have added in. So I did a video recently on Zercher squats. And if I would ask somebody to do these work, I would say, okay, when you started doing the Zercher squats, 6 months later, was your back squat higher? Not did you get better at doing Zercher squats. You're going to get better at doing the Zercher squats because you haven't done them before. But did you see increases in overall strength or size? So that's what I would be looking for. Not, I added in something and it feels really great and I enjoyed it. That's different. I'm talking about, did it produce a change across the board? If anyone out there, be curious to hear about it, because that has not been my experience. And that's why I really strongly advocate, learn the basics and then, listen to people, try it, but pick out what you feel good doing, what works for you, and you'll be fine. Enjoy the video? Let me know. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Oh, and I almost forgot. If you're curious about who was doing what, about these exercises, some of them, if you're familiar with the guys, you'll have spotted it already for some of these. But if you're curious as to who was doing what routine, what exercises, whatever, here they are.